Hey, Caro.
Hey.
What's going on?
I turned 15.
You're not 15 years old, Caro.
15 seasons of Shamba Shape Up.
Yes.
Welcome to the 15th season of Shamba Shape Up.
We have traveled all over East Africa to find hard-working farmers.
We want to celebrate them while giving them the knowledge they need,
so they can adapt and make their farms more productive even while the climate changes.
We want to support them to get better yields and increase their income.
We will see how farmers can benefit from our experts' advice
while learning from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experiences
on the Shamba Shape Up Safari. New season, new start.
New start, new season.
Welcome to Shamba Shape Up.
We have learned a lot in our mini travels, meeting farmers, listening to them, and seeing their challenges and getting experts to help.
Yes, it's a new season, Tony. And farmers have hit the farms, slashing, digging, and preparing their next stocks of livestock. But do you know how to prepare well for this season?
The weather is very unpredictable. The rains can come early, late, can be a lot, more than usual, can be less, or can fail altogether.
And with this, they come with diseases and pests.
If you are someone who just takes his djembe, walks into your farm and start tilling the land, then you have missed the plot.
If you've ordered for your day-old chicks, all ready to start your poultry farm, we don't want you to lose the plot. So, start the season with pen and paper.
Yes, pen and paper. Sit down and start planning your farm. If you had not done so before, decide what to do.
Come up with a farm plan. You can start by dividing your farm into sections. Have a section for crops and a section for livestock. Write down what you need and how much it will cost. Then prepare a budget.
Coming up with a farm plan and a budget will help you know what you are doing. Seeing it on paper and not just in the mind will help you plan better and understand what is possible and what is not possible.
Planning helps you see the dangers and possible solutions ahead of time. It will help you identify which resources are already on your farm and which you will need to get. Financial planning and record keeping is one of the most important jobs in running a farm, but also one that very few farmers do well. Why is it very important to keep these records?
Record will help you to track all the activities you are doing. It will also be able to give you the income you make every month. And it will also guide you to be able to know whether you are doing the right thing or you are doing the wrong thing at the end of the month. It's a mirror of what you are doing on a daily basis.
So let's not waste time. How do we fill this? The first step is to fill in daily expenses.
What do you do in a day?
I have labor every day, feed. Those are examples.
Okay.
So labor, you need to know the cost of the labor per day. Yes. What do you pay? Then the feed, if you buy what you buy in a day, the feed, the total feed in a day, you buy, and then you need to put the cost of that. So the total cost in a day, you have to write it in your daily monitoring expenses. Whatever you get will guide you now to have what we call the monthly spending plan.
So, add up all the items from each day and transfer them into a monthly spending plan.
So when you come now to month, you'll be monitoring on every month. So for 12 months, you'll be able now to know the expenses you have made for the entire year. And this will guide you to come up with the income and the expenditure plan.
The income and expenditure plan contains your farm sales, your farm expenses, and your farm budget. So you can see where you're making a profit and where you're losing money. Now that's good to know.
So you'll be able to know whether you are making income in your business or you are making losses.
When you say you make income, do you mean profit?
Yes, I mean the profit.
Yes.
So through the profit you have made, now you'll use that to start now doing your savings.
Savings allow you to expand your business, maybe purchase a cow or improved seeds and fertilizers. They also help you get a loan from the bank by showing you will be able to pay the money back. It is very, very important to keep records, because when you keep records, you always know how much you're spending and how much you're getting. It's always important also to keep savings, because when you have savings, you're guaranteed of a future that is manageable.
So, Carol, for a bowl of fruits, do they look nice?
Yes, they
Delicious, yeah?
Very delicious.
Do you want them?
Of course, yes.
Okay. For this bowl of fruits, tell me, how should a farmer prepare for the new season?
Piece of cake, Tony. I can already see myself having this bowl of fruits.
Okay.
All right. Thinking of what the weather will be like should be on top of the list. Get in touch with Shamba or the meteorological department. Whether it's crop or animals, a farmer can think of 1. Doing a soil test. 2. How you will get water. Will it be the rains or irrigation? 3. Prepare your land using conservation agriculture. 4. Get your inputs, that's seeds and fertilizer. 5. Hire any labor needed. And last but not least, get your market ready. Can I have my fruits? Thank you very much, sir.
Did you understand that? Okay, let's get down to the details.
By managing your water and soil, you can ensure that your shamba is still productive. This could be as simple as harvesting water from your roofs, investing in solar irrigation, and practicing conservation agriculture such as mulching, crop rotation, and minimum tillage. Time now to see how conservation agriculture can improve this shamba. Josephat is an expert on conservation agriculture from Perfid.
We have 3 principles of climate smart agriculture, which is in other words called conservation agriculture.
Okay.
And one key principle, minimal soil disturbance.
Okay.
And that's why now we are talking about minimal tillage.
So, Josephat,
Yes,
how does
sir.
a farmer make a hole here, especially on a hilly farm like this one?
On the hill, you should do it across the slope.
Josephat explained that in order to get the most out of minimum soil disturbance, you have to use the correct spacing. Using a hand hoe, dig a hole, also called a basin. Dig to a depth of about 20 centimeters by 35 centimeters long. The width of the basin is the same as the width of your djembe.
The smaller the djembe, the better.
Make sure to break the hard pan when digging, as the hard pan will stop your roots from growing well.
What's the next one now? What do we do from here
So
now?
the next one, we can walk down to see the next principle of climate smart agriculture.
Wow. That was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. After harvesting, is the crop residue important for the farm or in any way?
For sure, Frederick. And this is the second principle of climate smart agriculture. That's why now I wanted you to see this. Once you look at this soil, are you seeing different from this soil and the other one? Just even you can touch. Just you can have a feeling under this one. Do you see
The
the difference?
difference.
There's
Let me feel the difference. Yeah,
You see,
there is a difference.
There's a lot of water in this. The soil is moisture, the soil is cool. Now, that's the benefits of residue retention in your farm. So once you harvest, leave the residues in your farm.
And this is the rest.
And these are the residues. And now, I want you to imagine now, if these residues are all in your farm, it means all your soil will be maintained in the farm, and there will be no runoff of your soil. And also, once they rot, they may also ensure that your soil is fertile and has a lot of nutrients.
Remember, when your shamba has crop residue, when it rains, the water is retained and does not evaporate. Lastly, the third principle of conservation agriculture is crop rotation. This means you do not plant the same crop on the same piece of land year after year. Instead, rotate the crop. For example, rotate beans with maize and maize with potatoes. Crop rotation stops pests and diseases building up in the soil. It also helps in keeping nutrient balance. Let's catch up with the week's weather.
Welcome to the Shamba Shape Up farming news for Kenya. Today we are going to have another look at Kenya's seasonal forecast for the March to May long rains. We expect more rains than usual in many parts of Kenya compared to the past years. Northwestern counties, including Turkana and Samburu, are likely to get near to below normal rain. The total rains they will get here will be below 160 millimeters. Northeastern region expects to get rainfall below 160 millimeters as well. This includes Marsabit, Mandera, Wajir, Isiolo, and Garissa. Southeastern counties, including Kitui, Makueni, Machakos, Taita Taveta, and Kajiado, are likely to have low rains compared to the past years. The total rains will be below 200 millimeters. Coastal counties will see below normal rainfall. This includes counties of Lamu, Tana River, Kilifi, Mombasa, and Kwale. The total rains expected in this period is 250 millimeters. Central Kenya will see near to below normal rains spread throughout the season, just below 400 millimeters. This spans across Nyandarua, Nyeri, Kirinyaga, Murang'a, and Meru, Tharaka Nithi, Embu, as well as Nairobi and Kiambu. The Rift Valley, Western, and Nyanza regions, including counties of West Pokot, Kericho to Narok, Bungoma, Homa Bay, Kisii, and Migori, will receive higher than normal rainfall this season. If you would like a more detailed weather forecast for your area, get in touch with iShamba. Call 0711 082 606. See you next week on the Shamba Shape Up farming news for Kenya.
For a crate of eggs, what should a livestock farmer consider when starting the season?
Oh, I want those eggs. Okay, if it's cows, decide if you're going to go for dairy or beef. If chicken, decide if it's broiler, layers, or improved kienyeji, and how many you want to keep. 2, then plan and budget. 3, construct their housing. 4, get their food ready. 5, make sure you have good biosecurity. 6, hire any labor needed. And 7, like you said, make sure you are market ready.
Wow, very nice. So I get to keep the fruits and you get to keep the eggs.
Carol, a farmer for sure has thought about everything. And it all comes down to funding.
Yes.
Just give me some sources of capital for our farmers.
Easy. Some of the sources of capital are 1, savings. 2, loans from banks and friends. 3, contracts farming for inputs and material or funding. 4, and donations.
Did you understand that? Okay, let's get down to the details. When making changes to your farm, whether it's planting a new crop or investing in drip irrigation, you likely need money to begin with. Remember, it may also take time before you start making your money from the changes you have made. You can consider borrowing from a bank, a SACCO, or a chama. Note down how you will use a loan and how you'll make the money back. The bank will charge you a percentage of your loan, called interest. This is how the bank makes money back from you. Choose a loan with low interest. The bank will also ask for collateral. This is something they can take in case you can't repay the loan. For instance, a title deed or your car logbook. If you cannot repay your loan and interest back, let your bank know as soon as possible. If you borrow money from a savings group or chama, you may need to make weekly or monthly deposits. Generally, their interest is low and you do not need to provide collateral.
I hope you're taking notes.
As farmers start this season, there's one thing that will give a farmer peace of mind. Insurance. Agricultural insurance. Rain or weather-based insurance. Crop-based insurance. Did you understand that? Let's get down to the details.
What kind of losses does an insurance policy cover?
Diseases are covered, So in case you lose your animals due to, say, diseases like what you mentioned, like lumpy skin disease, it's a very common disease that happens here and causes huge losses to dairy farmers. So accidents, your animal can swallow, like metallic material, and that happens quite a lot, and inflict injuries internally. So your animal eventually will die, and such kind of losses are also covered. We also have theft. Some, thieves can come into to your premises and then break into and steal your animals. If that happens again, you'll also be covered. And climate change is a reality, and it is affecting farmers. We are receiving rainfall before the ordinary dates that we are used to, or we experience like depressed rains. With that unpredictable weather pattern, it's important to make sure that you have insurance. So these are some of the risks that are covered.
And the same thing applies to crops.
Yeah, the same case applies to crops, but now for crops, the cover period doesn't run for 1 year. It covers you for the production period. Yeah.
That is good.
And it is very cheap, Tony. If you look at the cost of insurance for dairy animal like Ken and Harrison, I can see they are high value animals, over 100,000 Kenya shillings. The cost of insurance would be like 3,500. And if you calculate that very well, it's like 10 shillings per day.
For a dairy cow valued at 100,000 shillings, the cost of insurance is 3.5% of that value. So, 3,500 shillings. That's about 10 shillings per day, or 1.5 liters of milk a week. Here's how to get insured. Contact an insurance agent. Someone will come and assess the expected yields from your crops or value of your animals. The insurer will then give you a cost and plan for your insurance. You pay the premium. That's the amount you need to pay to be insured for 1 year. That's it.
Some insurance companies offer 3 types of insurances. 1, area yield-based insurance that covers smallholders, maize and wheat farmers against poor yield from bad weather or natural catastrophes. 2, weather indexed-based insurance, where farmers get compensated for crop damage as a result of bad weather resulting in losses. 3, livestock insurance that compensates livestock keepers from accidental deaths of their livestock.
Well done, Tony.
Thank you, Caro, thank you. We need strength to do all these things. So when we come back, we are going to take a look at simple things a farmer can do on their farm to ensure there is good, cheap, nutritious food on the table.
Don't go away. Welcome back to Shamba Shape Up. We are doing preparation for the new season. We have seen how a farmer can draw a farm plan and budget, and how to get the money to do it.
We also encourage farmers to make it simple and use whatever is available on the farm.
Food.
Oh, Caro, you didn't.
Of course I did, not unless you don't want it.
No, leave it here, leave it here, leave it here.
You know, you cannot toil in the shamba on an empty stomach. Slashing, digging, looking after chicken, milking the cows, you name it. You need to have something in your stomach.
Oh, this looks expensive, Caro.
Oh, what do you mean? This is just ugali, some beans with cabbages, some fruits, and of course boiled egg. Wash it down with some milk. I tried to make it balanced.
Wow, it looks lovely, and thank you so much. I needed this.
I know.
Feeding well, even as you work on the farm, is a good thing. But most farmers think it's an expensive thing. But you can get fresh and healthy food right from your backyard.
Having a kitchen garden is a very good idea. Keeping some of the produce for home consumption. Vegetables, eggs, and milk is encouraged. Growing your own food in your backyard need not to be very complex.
Did you understand that? Okay, let's get down to the details. Paul Saidia is a researcher from Agricultural Research Institute in Morogoro, Tanzania. He's here to show us how kitchen gardens are a great way to grow easily accessible, nutritious food, not just in a shamba, but anywhere. Did you understand that? Okay,
let's get down to the details.
With a little bit of help, Paul starts to make his kitchen garden. Paul has already prepared a mixture of soil and manure to fill up the sack. The soil mix is then added to the sack. A container is filled with stones, then raised once a layer of soil is at the same height. The container separates the soil from the stones and helps when the water is added in later. This process is repeated until the sack is full.
So how much water do we need?
Actually, Tony, that it depends on the dryness of your soil. Like this one is too dry, so we'll need up to 3 buckets, which is 20 liter each. Always, beginning is not easy. So at first you need a lot of water.
Yes.
Like 60 or 80 liters. But thereafter, you'll be watering once a week, only 20 liter, the whole week. But also, because this is a kitchen garden close to the kitchen, those waste water from the kitchen might also be used here.
Well, I can see this bag is already full of water.
The next step is planting.
You prepare your seedlings. Can I have that knife? To cut these long roots in order to be uniform. So as when you plant, they go straight to the soil. Because our farm is not big, we have to use a stake to plant. Can you give me a small stake there?
Okay, this one.
We start planting one by one.
That's like your djembe.
Yeah, of course, yes. This is my djembe in this small farm of mine. It goes down. You press it.
You don't mind about space? You just,
I'm measuring as you see as I go. I'm used.
You're used to it?
I'm used to it.
The eye.
Yeah, of course, yes. Other varieties, I'll go now to Skuma Wiki. After that, we can go side by side. Still, give me that knife.
Oh, so it's not enough
It's
at the
not
top.
enough.
You can still go on.
You can still go on. Yeah. You can see I'm doing it. Then after that, you do a bit of watering. You can see what I'm doing. In so doing, we wait our crop to grow, and I hope next time when you come, you shall have plenty of vegetables to be fed my family and you as your visitors.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
When planting crops in the kitchen garden sack, remember to space the plants correctly, about 5 centimeters or 3 fingers apart. And of course, you can fill up all the available space on the sides of the sack to grow as much fresh food as you can.
And finally, how do we cook our foods to ensure we get maximum benefits from them?
Let's get down to the details.
The importance of balanced diet, because the more you're getting different variety of foods, you're getting different nutrients. And these nutrients are essential for your health and bodybuilding. So if you take ugali skuma every day, you're still getting the same nutrients every day. So your body is not able to take different nutrients because you don't have them.
As she has explained very well, when you're eating ugali and skuma, yes, you're full, but you're not getting all the nutrients. There's something called hidden hunger, which is micronutrient deficiency. And if not checked, you'll notice that babies will have delayed developmental milestones. Some will get rickets, others will delay in walking, others will be too small for their age, maybe in terms of weight or even height. So it is very important for a mother to consume all the food groups so that the baby also has a very good growth curve, if I can call it that. Yes.
Makena, maybe if you could help us, what are these food groups?
So first of all, out of the 7 food groups, breastfeeding mother can take 5 of the groups every day. Yeah, so I'll start right next to you. We have the grains and starchy foods, which is rice, flours, different types, potatoes, Then over to my right-hand side, we have the legumes, so beans, dengu, jahe. Moving on here, we have yogurt and milk. Cheese is also included in this category. Then right beside me, I have meat, any type of meat, be it fish, chicken, and then eggs. Moving here, we have the dark green vegetables. Then right here, we have the vitamin A vegetables. So these are colored, orange or yellow, for maybe malenge and carrots. Then over there, we have other vegetables, something like courgettes, tomatoes, such kind of things. And then we have the oils to support these fat-soluble vitamins. And then lastly, water.
But remember, never overcook food, especially vegetables, as this can destroy the nutrients in the food. Steaming vegetables is the best way of cooking. And here we are. Wow, this looks great. But the real test is, how does it taste? Delicious and nutritious.
And with that,
we call it a wrap from us here.
We continue to learn every day.
Join us next week and learn some more. But if you have any questions, call iShamba on 0711-082-606.
See you right here on another show of
Shamba Shape Up. Carol,
yes,
let's eat.
I think I want to start with fruits or the egg. No, this is for washing down. Yes, so we start with ugali and the beans.
Okay. Let's dig in.
Okay.